All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Today we're going to be talking about it. This is what you wanted to see. So I'm going to give you my perspective on both of these devices and how they stack up against each other. So I'll give you the simple rundown of how I feel about some things on these devices. This won't be a very long, drawn out 2-hour video, but I'm going to try to touch on the things that are important to me. And some of you might agree to disagree, or you might agree to agree. Let's get into it, man. So this is the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, and this is the OnePlus 13, the new kid on the block. I am officially recording this with my iPhone 16 Pro. So we're going to get this in and let's talk about it. The first thing I want to go over is design and hardware. So we'll start with the challenger here, which is the OnePlus 13. Now the OnePlus 13 takes on similar design language as the Pixel as far as the polished sides and things like that, and overall footprint of the phone is about the same. But the design of this phone is different. You have a circular module for the camera. You've got an alert slider, which I absolutely love. I think all phones should have an alert slider. You also have an IR blaster on the hardware with this design. You got the power button and the volume rocker in the right place. And you've got this beautiful, beautiful material on the back, like a faux leather. It is absolutely great. It brings this device to life. It really does. The device is really thin in the hand. It feels really good. You got this beautiful, beautiful display. And I think this is put together extremely well. Now, if we go over to the Pixel 9 Pro, it almost looks and feels chunky next to the OnePlus 13. Even though this is a beautiful design, I really like this design from Google. I think this is their best looking Pixel yet. It has the camera bar going across, which I do prefer over the OnePlus 13. The camera bar design is absolutely beautiful. I really like that. But the Google Pixel has a much more higher polished look on the rails. They're also wider and flat. And the back is a soft touch matte feel, which is really, really nice. Both of these devices come in different colors, so don't worry about the colors. You know, except for OnePlus, they feel different. So that's why I wanted to point it out that it has this faux leather material on the back here, which just makes it so much better. But this device has a soft touch matte feel. You got the just regular Google logo there and the OnePlus logo there. Yeah, this is what you get here. And then when you flip it over, battery saving for some reason. You flip it over, you have this beautiful display as well. Now, when you put both of these, I know I have different wallpapers, but when you look at both of these in person, they're both beautiful. They both have pretty much the same design on the front. The OnePlus has a square round corners, and the Pixel has rounded corners. So the design language is the same, camera in the center. You know, you got your gestures on. I really like the OnePlus setup, though. I really like how it looks. I just think it's really, really nice. The screen is definitely better on the OnePlus when it comes to the hardware and design. I prefer the camera module on the Pixel. I really do. But I like the OnePlus footprint, feel in hand, everything much better. I really like it. You have a larger battery in the OnePlus than the Pixel, but the Pixel is thicker in design, it appears. And again, that high polished look on the Pixel is a little bit more glossy in person. I don't know how well it comes across on camera, but I prefer the OnePlus overall better. I like the screen better. The feel in hand is better. The materials are better. It's just I give the nod to the Pixel for that camera bar. And that's speaking of volumes because I love this design. I think this is a premium feeling device. It does feel a little bit heavier than the OnePlus in hand. So keep that in mind. But again, head nod for the camera module. But I do prefer the OnePlus more. So design and hardware goes to the OnePlus overall. Now, let's take a look at screens. I'm going to play the same video on these products and you'll get to see it for yourself. All right. This is the video playing on both. Both of them look extraordinary. This is just a good look on both. They both look good. I don't know. Screens on here are beautiful. They both produce the footage as it should. The Pixel seems a little darker, but that's not a bad thing because this car is a dark color car. But overall, I can't say that I dislike the way the video plays on either one of these. It looks very good. The Pixel has a little bit deeper tone to it, which is definitely welcome. But overall, the OnePlus gets a lot brighter outside. I'm not going to go outside. It's 25 degrees. But the OnePlus gets a lot brighter outside. And it just looks like they're equally matched in this particular situation. But I will say that you can't go wrong with either one of these displays. They're both really good. The OnePlus gets a lot brighter outside in direct sunlight. But in the end, you have to choose which one you think is going to be best for you. You have to see these in person. So things like this, videos, when you're looking at things like this, it's very difficult sometimes to tell you which one is better when there's not a very noticeable difference. But if you have either or, like if you don't have both of these, you're probably going to lean more towards the device that you have, which is normal when people are watching videos like this. You tend to favor the one you have. But seeing as though I have both in this particular setting right here, I think they look phenomenal, man. I don't see any thing produced wrong on it. I will say it does look like the OnePlus has a little bit more detail in certain situations. Like when it was on the grill. And yeah, but other than that, the colors are being reproduced actually pretty accurate. So both screens are great. I don't have any complaints about either one of them. I like them both. Yeah, and that's how I feel about the screens. Now, when we talk about software, customizations on both of these are possible. But we talk about the overall experience with the phones. I personally like how OnePlus does this, where you can have these large folders and then you can actually shrink them down as well. It's way more customizations on the OnePlus right out of the box. They both work extremely well, though. They're both very fast and fluid. No complaints about either one of the software experiences. I prefer stock Android, and OnePlus takes stock Android to the next level. And the screens are at 100% brightness, by the way. So, OnePlus, they kind of take stock Android, and it's always been that way. They take stock Android to the next level, and it's good. So I like both of the softwares on here. They're both fast and fluid. They both get the job done. I wish I could do 5 across on the OnePlus, but I can't. At least in the menu, I can't. But I do like the customization of the icon size. Now, here's where OnePlus kind of takes it to another level. See, you can see the difference in how when you long press, you get way more things here for the OnePlus. This is just how it is. Over here on Google, you just get your home screen, your widgets, and your wallpaper and style. So we'll go ahead and go into wallpaper and style. And then when you go into wallpaper on OnePlus, you get OnePlus's setup. This is all OnePlus right here. And then when you go into settings and then go to the personalization, that is where you get this screen right here. But OnePlus takes it another step further by giving you even more. So I really like what OnePlus is doing here. I really like the software experience better on the OnePlus. I'll dumb down the screens a little bit now. We don't need them so bright. OnePlus is really bright. And that's another thing about the Pixel screen. It doesn't get as bright. I can turn the OnePlus down to that's about 40%. The Google has to stay on 60 or so, 70 to match what OnePlus is doing for the screen's brightness. But, look at the performance here. You look at, the customizations and how OnePlus has done it. It's always been like this on OnePlus. They always give you a lot more. And I wish Google would, lean more towards features and options on their phones like OnePlus, because we're not buying anything extra. It's just a part of the software. And I think OnePlus has always done a phenomenal job with that. They've never skimped on the software experience. I mean, customizations is just nuts on here. I really like it a lot. Now, when you think about the performance itself and the software, the way it's meshed together, this device has a serious upper hand. And I love the Pixel lineup, but the Tensor chip seems to fall short in some areas that it should not. It should not fall short in a lot of areas. And this is just what it is. So the Snapdragon Elite processor in here definitely trumps the overall performance of the Pixel. I don't have any issues with the Pixel, but I know this is what you're going to point out to me. I know Google's Tensor chip is probably the limiting factor on some things that it can't do. But it's still not horrible. It's just that when you do match it up against something like this and you look on paper, the Elite blows it away in some areas. But overall, I don't care about benchmarks. I don't care what's inside. I just care as long as it works. But I'm pointing this section out because I know a lot of people are going to point this out and say, well, it has the elite processor and that's better than the Tensor chip. It is what it is. I've also said that if Google puts in a Snapdragon processor in their phones, then they'll be able to bring some of the features, the basic features that some other phones might have. So nonetheless, I like the Tensor chip. This is my first experience with the Elite, obviously. So it's a new chip to the market. It's my first phone with the Elite processor. I will have more with the Elite processor. But overall, I can't say that the Elite processor, in my experience, just trumps the Tensor chip to where it's just it just blows it out of the water for performance. I don't think so. I think they're both be able to do certain tasks throughout the day. But with that, when you talk about the processor, we talk about battery life. The combination here, you get more RAM over here. The phone costs less. You get more storage for the pricing of some of the lower trims. This is a 256 gig and it costs $1,100. This is a 512 and it costs $900. So you think about, and it's got more RAM and everything. So you think about what the package that OnePlus put together, it's phenomenal. And you can get this in a 256 gig, but it's just going to cost even less. It's going to cost $800 instead of $900. So, and that's with the promos or whatever. But this costs $1,000. This costs $1,100 if you take away the promos from OnePlus. So $999 for this 512, 16 gig of RAM, and $1,100 for this 12 gig, 256 gig of RAM. I believe this has 12 gigs. Nonetheless, the prices are higher. Regardless of RAM, the prices are higher and you get less. And OnePlus will pretty much always win that depending on which device it's going up against. Now, what I was speaking of battery, you see both of them changed to 99 in this video. The Pixel did it first, but OnePlus just swapped to 99. So with that, that does not tell the full story. The OnePlus gets double the battery of the Pixel 9 Pro XL. And you're going to say, well, it has the 6,000 milliamp hour battery. It's got 1,000 more. I don't think that's the reason. This device can make it through a day and a half, but this device can make it through about 3 days. So it could be that 1,000 milliamps that's more, but I say it's optimization because you have phones like the phone I'm recording with and most of my iPhones. And then to me, the king of iPhones right here, this thing can go for days. The iPhone 13 Pro Max can go for days. So it's about optimization is what it's about. You have to optimize your phone's software in the combination with the hardware. It has to be right or you're not going to get this stellar battery. So the last thing I want to talk about was cameras. Now, when I open the cameras, the Google software is not on par with the OnePlus software in a lot of ways. The performance, this is just what it is. The performance of the Pixel camera is good. Video is not that great when compared to OnePlus because OnePlus has the Hasselblad system backing them. That color science and the way they put it together, it just bangs, like it knocks it out the park. So I've done video reviews on the cameras on both of these, and I'll try to remember to link them down below. If I forget, though, just search the channel for both video comparisons, and you'll see that both of them are good. It's just that the video, Google claims that the video is the best video cameras on any phone. I doubt that. I doubted that as soon as they said that. So, yeah, I don't believe that to be true at all. But features and functionality of the OnePlus, it matches the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL and exceeds in video quality. So they both take great photos. They both have decent video camera software, but the OnePlus is, I think, put together a little bit more, better, I would say. And then that's where OnePlus takes off with that color science and then them being able to match Google and then outdo them on video quality. So again, I've already done video review on the cameras. Don't feel the need to keep pushing that narrative. We all know that Google takes some of the best photos in the game. And that is where it's matched by OnePlus because of that Hasselblad camera software. I think that collaboration has really taken OnePlus to another level. So I would say this to a person who says that I'm on the fence. I see this all the time. I'm on the fence. I don't know what I should get. I don't think you're on the fence. I think you pretty much already know what you want. You're just looking for validation through a lot of other people who have the products, and it's okay to do that. But in the end, you need to make your own choices. And if I'm going to recommend either one of these phones, it's going to be the OnePlus. The OnePlus, to me, beats it out in overall design and hardware, features and options, screens, performance, the software features and everything, battery, and price. It pretty much beats it in every area. So the winner for this battle is the OnePlus 13. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.